everyone, welcome to my channel, Farm Charm Chic, where I do DIY inspiration on a budget. For this first DIY, I'm going to use some of these red truck gift tags that I purchased from JOANN's. They were about $2 and change with the sale they had going on. I'm also going to use some wooden sticks from Dollar Tree and some different colors of paint. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark off the ends of all of the wooden sticks to make sure that I get them even, and then I'm going to cut them off so the very curved end is completely cut off. So that way I look like I'm left with a bunch of straight sticks. After I get all the ends cut off the sticks, I'm going to go ahead and line all my sticks up and kind of place my gift tag down to see how many sticks I really do want to use. I'm then going to go ahead and cut around the hole with the ribbon loop, the part that you would attach to a gift. Cut that off so that way you'll never know that it's there. So you can see that I'm lining my sticks up with the line on my craft table to kind of get a really good even edge. I'm then taking another wooden stick and I'm going to go ahead and split it in half lengthwise to end up with two thinner sticks, if that makes sense. I'm then going to glue these with some hot glue onto the back. I originally was thinking I was going to use E6000, and then I thought I don't think I really need to with this particular craft. So I'm just using the hot glue. So essentially it's just kind of making like a miniature palette here. So I'm going to get all the little glue ends and everything off here. And then I'm going to, once you turn it over, that's going to be the front of the ornament. I'm then going to take my Waverly chalk paint, the antique wax, and I'm just going to go ahead. I think I'm actually using a paper towel here. It's just what I happen to have right there at the moment. So maybe use a brush or something a little different than a paper towel, but in a pinch it works. I'm just going to go ahead and give this a really good coat of that brown, almost like a stain on it. I'm super excited today to be playing along with Heidi Sonboul's Christmas DIY challenge. In the description box, make sure you check out the playlist there to get all sorts of Christmas inspiration from some awesome YouTubers. So thanks again, Heidi Sonboul DIY. The next step I'm going to do is go and dry brush a little bit of my Waverly chalk paint in the plaster color on. This is just to give it that aged, weathered, and worn look. Completely optional. If you don't like it, obviously skip this step. Then we're going to go ahead and put some Mod Podge on the back of the gift tag and then just kind of eyeball it and place it on the face of the ornament. Once I have firmly pushed that down and it's dried completely, I go in with more Mod Podge over the top. When I got to this point of my DIY, I realized that I really did want to add some greenery onto it. Put a little Christmas cheer in the corner, I guess you could say. So I take one of these evergreen picks from Dollar Tree and just cut the bristles down, and then you want to fluff it up really good. These are pretty sad when you first pull them out of the packaging, so they need a little bit of work. I cut a couple strips off of it to put in the corner. I also take my brush that had the Waverly chalk paint plaster color on it and kind of go over it to give it a little bit of a flocked look. I also take some berries from a berry pick from Dollar Tree and glue those on as well. Here I'm showing you that I took some jute twine and just looped it around and tied a knot and went ahead and glued it on the back as the hang tag. What do you guys think of this ornament? Is this something that you would hang on your tree? I am so in love with the red trucks this year. Okay, for my next DIY, I'm going to attempt one of these Dollar Tree tiered trays that I see a lot of YouTubers make. I'm using a pizza pan and a couple of burner covers from Dollar Tree. So the first thing I do is I'm also using some of these beads, and I just bought a little wooden bead package at Hobby Lobby. And I go ahead and take my antique wax Waverly. And then when I pour it out, it comes out super fast, so be careful with that. And then I just went ahead and I had a paper towel to clean off my wax bottle with, so I just went ahead and used that and just rubbed on, I guess, some of the wax all over each of the beads. Those are going to be the feet, if you will, of your tiered tray. And so then I'm just showing you, I'm taking the pizza pan and then I'm using these candlesticks that I got from Dollar Tree. And they didn't have any of the normal candlesticks that I'm used to seeing. These are the only ones they had. I would be very interested in making this with the different candlesticks. Don't get me wrong, this turned out really well and I'm actually really pleased with it. But I feel like that little stem that's on there maybe isn't the most supportive structurally. So after trial and error, I realized that I need to glue something onto the top of these candlesticks to give a little bit more of a surface area for them to attach to the surface that's gluing on top of it. So I just cut the ends off a couple of wooden sticks, used some E6000 for the long-term hold and some hot glue for the short-term hold. And then that gives me a little bit more surface area. You guys, there's so many people out there that have made these. I'm sure you've probably seen a lot of videos. I had just never done it, so I wanted to. If you even just search for Dollar Tree three-tiered tray, you'll see some amazing YouTubers out there with their wonderful ideas that they've done. And so you can see here, I'm just taking that next layer and placing that on. You can measure to see where the center point is. I was just kind of going for it, and I'm a great big believer in eyeball it, and it's worked out pretty well for me so far, so that's what I did. And then once I got to the point where I could glue the feet on, I just went ahead. I keep calling them feet, but really, guys, you know that they're beads, right? I mean, is that the technical term, though, is feet on the bottom? Let's just call them feet. So I used some hot glue and some E6000 to give it, again, that short-term, long-term hold, and I just go around and do each of the beads. I feel that this actually looks really nice. It kind of lifts it up on the table that I have it displayed on. Gives it a little more finished look. So I'm actually quite pleased with it. After you do that and get everything glued together and the glue set, I'm going to go ahead and put a good coat of white spray paint on there. I happen to be using the Kills spray paint chalk paint. It's just what I had. Any kind of spray paint will work. You can also paint it in whatever color you want. But what I did, I'm just showing you the feet there, I guess. I take a little black and I go around the edge of each of the pizza pan and the burner covers just to give it that enameled look. And you can kind of watch and see I do the inside of the pizza pan as well. And then I decide to put a little bit of chippy rustic paint spots on each of the trays. Okay, what do you guys think? Here's everything done with all of my chipping and distressing that I did to it. Guys, I love it. I'm so happy. This is my first three-tiered tray that I have had at all. So I have absolutely loved styling it and decorating it. And honestly, it's kind of addicting. So I'm pretty sure there's more that I'm going to be doing. This next DIY is my absolute favorite. I just take one of these houses from Dollar Tree And I'm going to go ahead and take off the sticker on the back. I did have to end up using my hair dryer, so I may have to get one of those heat tools I see everybody using. Even after I sanded it to get all of the residue off and wiped it down, you can still see the residue there, but once I paint it, you can't. So I'm just going to take some wooden sticks from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be cutting out some of the pieces for my roof. So I need 2 smaller, skinnier pieces, if you will, for the roof, as well as 2 of the full-size, thicker piece, just cut down to size. And then I need some trim pieces for the doorway. To get the trim for the doorway, I just cut some of the wooden sticks lengthwise to make them skinnier. Then once I place the doorway down, I just place the wooden sticks up against them, and then you can see what I'm doing here, that I'll trace the lines so I know where to make my cut, so that way I can get it as exact as possible. It kept sliding around and moving, so I went ahead and got some painter's tape to kind of tape the frame in place, so that way I had a little bit more stability as I was making the templates here. Then I just take some red paint, and this is Apple Barrel. I'm not sure what the exact shade is. However, I do decide that it is too bright, so I add a little black to it to kind of bring it down. I want this to be a red barn with the white trim, so I do end up using the Waverly chalk paint in plaster as my white trim. I just love how a red barn with a white roof looks. I have a farm and I have a couple of barns, and none of them are red with white roofs. So I'm a little barn envious, I guess you'd say. We have a few barns that have red roofs, but no red barns with white roofs. So I really do like the look of those. So, and plus it fits very well in with Christmas. I go ahead and paint all of the trim with the plaster color paint and give them all a good, make sure they're all smooth and all covered on all of the edges. Then I just take them and I go ahead and hot glue them. I start with the middle skinnier piece that I cut for the roof, and I go ahead and do that on each side. And then I'm going to take the stick that is the original width, it's just cut down to be a shorter length. I put hot glue each of those on each side. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue on that trim for the doorway. I'm taking some of the paint, the plaster color paint here, and I go ahead and cover all the crevices in the doorway to kind of cover those up, the little joints or seams. And then I do a little bit of dry, by little bit, I'm being that's a generous term. I'm not the best at dry brushing. I feel like I either have the wrong kind of brush or I always put a little bit too much on there. But I did just kind of want to rustic it up a bit. And so you can see I actually go in with some sandpaper to try and see if I can make it a little bit less. And then I do take some truffle Waverly chalk paint and go around the edges of the white because, you know, on a farm, nothing is ever stark white, let's be honest. So I take it in to kind of rough it up, make it look a little more authentic. You would not have to do this. And don't feel like you have to do a red and white barn. I mean, if you want to do a white barn with a black roof, do however is going to be what fits with your decor. You don't even have to make this Christmas. I just loved the look of the wreath on it. I've also seen them where they say, where instead of where I put my wreath, I have seen them say Merry Christmas. That's darling too. I mean, make it your own. I mean, it's your DIY. You get to do what you want, have fun. This is just inspiration to help kind of get your creative juices flowing and have fun with it. I take one of the Dollar Tree evergreen picks and make a little wreath. I just, cut it down to size and make a little circle with it. And then I'm just taking single little berries off of one of the berry picks from Dollar Tree, and I glue 5 of them around the wreath. And then I take a little bit of buffalo check fabric. It's the same buffalo check that I've been using in all of my DIYs, so it all kind of ties in together, and I just make a little bow. Okay, I realize it's not that little right here. I do cut it a little bit down. But I take a little bow and put that at the top just to bring that little buffalo plaid into this DIY. And here's my 3-tiered tray, all displayed with some of the fun DIYs that I have done. I am absolutely in love with how all of these turned out. Do you guys have a favorite one that I've done? If you do, go ahead and leave a comment for me letting me know which was your favorite. Some of these other items in here you can see I did on my last DIY video. I'll go ahead and put a link to that if you want to see how I did those. I hope this inspires you to go out and create something beautiful and spread positivity. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked what you saw here today, would you please give this video a thumbs up, and also remember to subscribe, and that way you'll never miss a DIY.